The article is titled Adelaide, Flinders University Study Shows Yoga Can Ease Stress and Change Gene Associated with Inflammation. It was published on March 12, 2017 on news.com.au and was written by Liz Walsh. The article is about a study which, according to the article's author, found that chronically stressed women who practice yoga once a week for 8 weeks experienced biological changes as well as positive psychological benefits. The article interprets and summarises the results of one particular study carried out in South Australia. 28 women who were chronically stressed participated in the study. Half the women served as a control group, the other half participated in one session of yoga per week. Blood tests taken from the women showed that in the women who participated in yoga, the gene associated with inflammation could express itself differently. The article infers from the results of this study, as well as direct and indirect quotes from one of the authors of the study, that regular yoga can reduce a person's level of stress and can alter the function of DNA. The content of the article is based on a study entitled Preliminary Indications of the Effect of a Brief Yoga Intervention on Markers of Inflammation and DNA Methylation in Chronically Stressed Women. In other studies, yoga has been shown to improve subjective feelings of well-being. People who practice yoga report improved mood, less negative thoughts and feelings, and in some cases, fewer or reduced symptoms of depression and anxiety. The study referred to in the article seeks to find a quantifiable biological and molecular basis to explain changes in subjective and psychological symptoms. Each cell contains a specific sequence of DNA. However, each gene can either be active or inactive. The sequence of the underlying gene structure is called the genotype. How these genes are expressed as physical characteristics is called the phenotype. Epigenetics is a field of study which looks at factors which cause a change in phenotype, the expression of genes, without causing a change in the underlying genetic structure. A number of factors can cause epigenetic change, including age, lifestyle, and environmental factors. The article and the study which influence the article are about epigenetics. The article talks about how yoga, which can be considered a lifestyle or environmental factor, can cause epigenetic change, altering the expression of genes. In my opinion, the article makes the results seem more significant than they are, and it is too brief to include any of the limitations of the original study. The original study found that some changes in immune protein markers and DNA methylation was observed, but that these changes were not significant. After reading the article, it would be easy for the reader to have the impression that a significant scientific discovery had been made, which would in turn have significant implications. However, the original study was a pilot study with a small sample size which impacted the statistical power of the data. It is difficult to compare the accuracy of the information in the article with peer-reviewed scientific publications because they are intended for completely different audiences and to serve different purposes. The article is very brief and is presented as everyday science, as well as being a bit of a promotion for yoga. It also includes quotes from a yoga instructor. According to the publisher of news.com.au, Gloria Polakis, the website design and content, quote, focuses on the younger market who are digital natives or prefer digital content, used to consuming news feeds through Facebook and have a fluid definition of news. Digital natives have a tendency to view news through online platforms rather than on television or in a newspaper. They're likely to consume more news than older generations, but in doing so will invest less of their attention in each topic. The article is a simplified summary of a complex scientific study and publication. It is presented under the Health and Body subsection of news.com.au's science page and is fashioned as a lifestyle article rather than a hard science article. The article is an easy read and doesn't go into a lot of detail, making it ideally suited to the needs of the target audience. Epigenetic changes affect every living person. The purpose of the original study was to try and find a biological explanation for the psychological benefits reported by people who participate in yoga. Epigenetics seeks to uncover how lifestyle and environmental factors affect the expression of our DNA. The outcomes of studies in this field are wide-ranging and may provide considerable benefit to human health. Rates of depression and anxiety have increased more than tenfold in the past 50 years and is likely to affect young people more than ever before. The numbers of prescriptions for antidepressants have increased 400% in the US over the last 20 years, and a significant percentage of the population report feelings of stress. The article is targeted at the 18 to 34-year-old age bracket and highlights a study which, according to the article, has shown that a non-drug intervention, in this case yoga, has had positive effects on stress levels. The most positive outcome of the article would be if readers who are suffering from chronic stress or anxiety were encouraged to try yoga and felt an improvement.